Welcome, everyone, to the Deep Dive. This one was requested by Ethan from Chicago.
Ah, Ethan.
Yeah, and I know his favorite Marvel character is the Green Goblin, who, loves a bit of chaos.
Yeah, definitely fitting for this topic.
Exactly. So today we're diving into Marvel Rivals. This deep dive was produced by the brilliant Misha St. Ors, an Adobe creator. And this is Season 3, Episode 29.
Right, and Marvel Rivals, it really just exploded onto the scene, didn't it?
It absolutely did.
It's a free-to-play 6v6 team shooter, PvP, developed by NetEase Games, working closely with Marvel Games, of course, and it's all set within the Marvel multiverse.
And when you say exploded, the numbers were pretty wild, weren't they?
Oh, completely. We're talking over 10 million players in, the first 3 days? 72 hours after it launched back in December 2024.
Incredible. And it kept growing, right?
Yeah, by February 2025, they were already reporting over 40 million players. The free-to-play model is obviously a huge factor there.
No barrier to entry, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Jump right in. And, it's Marvel. People know these characters. They love these characters. It's a potent mix.
So, okay, for someone listening who's maybe heard the name but hasn't played, what's the core experience like? What are you actually doing in Marvel Rivals?
Okay, let's break it down. Fundamentally, it's a third-person hero shooter, 6 players on each team. You pick a Marvel character, hero or villain, doesn't matter, and you battle another team of 6.
Across different maps, I assume.
Yep, various maps. And there's a narrative reason for all this chaos. It involved Dr. Doom and his future self from 2099. They're messing with timelines, causing multiverses to collide.
Ah, the classic multiverse excuse. Always handy.
It really is.
Yep.
But it works perfectly here. It justifies why you can have, Spider-Man fighting alongside Venom or Captain America teamed up with Loki. Anything goes.
So it throws the usual hero versus villain thing out the window.
Pretty much. The core gameplay is fast, very fast-paced combat. You're using your character's unique powers, coordinating with your team, and the environments are interactive too. You can actually change the battlefield.
Okay, interesting. Let's talk team building.
Yeah.
With presumably a lot of characters, how do you start putting a team together? Are there defined roles?
Yes. They've structured it around 3 main roles. You've got your vanguards. These are your frontliners, your tanks. They soak up damage, make space. Think Hulk, Captain America, Thor. The heavy hitters.
Right, the ones you want out front.
Yeah.
Makes sense. What's next?
Then you have the duelists. These guys are all about damage output, getting those eliminations. Characters like Spider-Man, with his agility, Iron Man with his ranged firepower, Wolverine being super aggressive, that kind of thing.
Okay, tanks and damage dealers.
Yeah.
So the third role must be support.
Exactly. They call them strategists. They focus on support, so healing, providing buffs for the team, controlling the battlefield in other ways. You've got Doctor Strange doing his magic thing, Rocket Raccoon with all his gadgets, Mantis messing with enemy mines.
The good spread. So how many characters are we actually talking about as of, say, April 2025?
Right now, the roster sits at over 38 playable characters, and what's really cool is how they've designed them. Each character's skills, their attacks, their ultimate abilities, they feel pulled right from the comics, very authentic.
Over 38 already. That's a lot of choice.
It is. And it means team building goes beyond just picking strong individuals. It's about finding synergies, combinations, maybe ones you wouldn't expect.
Okay, you mentioned synergies. I've heard about a team-up system. Is that related?
That's exactly it. The team-up system is, I think, one of the game's biggest hooks. If you have specific pairs of heroes on your team, they unlock extra unique abilities, powerful ones.
Oh, cool. Like what? Give me an example.
The classic one everyone talks about is the fastball special. You get Hulk and Wolverine on the same team.
Don't tell me. Hulk throws Wolverine.
He literally throws Wolverine at the enemy. It's awesome and effective. There are currently 15 different team-up abilities like that in the game.
15. So it really encourages you to think about pairings, not just individual picks.
Absolutely. It adds a real strategic layer.
Trade in your boring job for a brilliant career using Adobe Creative Cloud. Start learning now with the free trial link in the description.
Another example, Ragnarok Rebirth. If you have Hela and she gets the final blow on someone, she can instantly bring back a nearby Thor or Loki if they've been down.
Whoa, that sounds incredibly strong.
It can be. Or Rocket Raccoon has one called Ammo Overload. If he's teamed with Punisher or Winter Soldier, he can give them infinite ammo and a massive fire rate boost for a short time.
Okay, these aren't just small tweaks then. They can really shift a fight.
Definitely. They encourage you to experiment, to communicate with your team about potential combos.
Now, on the topic of team comp, lots of games like this have a strict role queue, forcing teams to have, say, tanks, damage, and support. I hear Marvel Rivals does things differently.
That's right. They made a pretty deliberate choice not to implement a forced role queue.
Why is that?
The developers said they wanted to give players more freedom, let them experiment with team compositions, really lean into those team-up possibilities we just talked about. They called it a more Marvel-inspired approach, unexpected alliances and all that.
So you could potentially end up with a team of 6 Hulks or 6 duelists.
Technically, yes, though maybe not 6 Hulks. But yeah, you could have a team without a dedicated healer or heavy on damage. It's definitely sparked some debate in the community.
I can imagine. What's the reaction been like?
It's mixed, honestly. Some players love the freedom, the flexibility. They enjoy trying out weird, creative team builds. Others, especially maybe those playing solo, find it frustrating sometimes. You can end up with really unbalanced teams.
Yeah, getting stuck with 5 damage dealers and no one to soak hits or heal? I could see how that could be rough.
It requires players to be more adaptable, maybe fill roles they don't main. Communication becomes even more crucial to figure out what the team needs on the fly.
Yeah.
It definitely leans into that chaotic multiverse feel, for better or worse, depending on who you ask.
A definite trade-off there. Okay, beyond the heroes and the team stuff,
Yeah.
what else makes Marvel Rivals stand out? You mentioned interactive environments earlier.
Right, the dynamic destruction. This is a big one. It's not just cosmetic damage. Players can use their powers to actually, destroy parts of the map in real time.
Like blow holes in walls.
Exactly. Tear down walls, collapse structures, block paths, create new lines of sight. Imagine Hulk smashing through a wall to open up a flank read, or Iron Man blasting a hole in a ceiling for a better vantage point.
That sounds technically challenging,
Oh.
but really cool strategically.
Oh, for sure. Needy's definitely had some hurdles implementing it, especially the physics side, but it adds so much. Map knowledge isn't just about memorizing layouts anymore. It's about seeing the potential for change. How can you manipulate the environment?
It makes the battlefield feel alive, dynamic.
Precisely. Keeps things unpredictable. A wall that gave you cover one moment might be gone the next.
Okay, heroes, team-ups, dynamic destruction. Where are these battles taking place? What are the game modes?
There are 5 main modes right now. You've got Convoy, pretty standard payload escort. One team pushes a vehicle through checkpoints, the other defends. In competitive, you swap sides.
Classic objective play. Got it.
Then Domination, that's your King of the Hill type mode. Teams fight over a single control point to earn points, usually on smaller, symmetrical maps. First to win 2 rounds takes the match.
What else?
Convergence is a hybrid. Attackers first capture a point, then they escort a vehicle, like in Convoy. Defenders try to stop both phases. Competitive mode winner is decided by how far the payload gets pushed.
So a multi-stage objective.
Yep. Then in the arcade queue, you have Conquest. It's kind of like Team Deathmatch, but when you eliminate an enemy, they drop tokens the other team needs to collect to score points. First to 50 points wins.
An interesting twist on TDM. And the last one.
Doom Match, also an arcade. This one's pure free-for-all deathmatch. Just get the most final blows, top half of the players win.
A good variety there, covering different play styles. And these are split into different queues.
Yeah. Kickmatch has Domination, Convoy, and Convergence for more casual play. Then there's a competitive queue for those same 3 modes, obviously with ranks and seasons. And Arcade currently has Conquest and Doom Match. And all this plays out across 13 unique maps as of April 2025.
Trade in your boring job for a brilliant career using Adobe Creative Cloud. Start learning now with the free trial link in the description.
13 maps already.
Nice.
So who actually made this happen? We mentioned NetEase and Marvel Games.
That's the core partnership. NetEase Games handled the development, the nuts and bolts. Marvel Games provided the oversight, ensuring everything felt authentically Marvel.
And it launched when? Exactly.
Official launch was December 6th, 2024. And it's available on PlayStation 5, Windows PC, and Xbox Series X and S.
Good platform coverage. Now, looking forward, it sounds like they're treating this as a live service game, right? With ongoing updates.
Oh, absolutely. That's the model. They're doing seasonal content updates. Each season brings new stuff, heroes, maps, story bits. Seasons seem to be about 2 months long.
And new heroes are coming regular.
That's the plan. Starting with Season 3, they've said they're aiming to release 1 new hero every single month.
Wow, that's ambitious.
It is. We'll see how they maintain that pace. Each season also has a battle pass you can buy. Offers cosmetic stuff, skins, emotes, sprays, nameplates, MVP animations, you know the drill.
Standard battle pass fare. How much
Yeah.
does it cost?
Around $10 worth of the premium currency, which is called Lattice.
And what happens to the pass when the season ends? Do you lose your progress?
Actually, no. And this is a big plus point for a lot of players. The battle passes don't expire. If you buy one, you can keep working on it and unlocking its rewards whenever you want, even after the next season starts.
Oh, that is player-friendly. Nice.
Yeah, it avoids that FOMO pressure you get in some games.
Mm.
Season 2, for instance, was themed Hellfire Gala. It added Emma Frost as a hero, a new domination map set on Krakoa, and the battle pass had like 10 new themed skins. And you can still work on that pass if you bought it.
How do you progress the pass? Just playing.
Playing helps, but there are also daily and weekly missions, plus specific challenges. Completing those earns you chrono tokens, which is the currency used to level up the battle pass.
Okay, makes sense. So with all this going on, millions of players, what's the general consensus? How has the game been received by critics and the community?
It's been generally positive to mixed, looking at the big review sites like Metacritic and OpenCritic. OpenCritic has the average critic score around 78 out of 100, with a good chunk recommending it.
So decent scores. What are the common praises?
People generally like the monetization. It's not seen as pay to win, and that non-expiring battle pass gets a lot of thumbs up. The huge roster of characters is another major positive.
And the criticisms.
Some critics felt it was maybe a bit too similar to Overwatch in some ways. Hero balance is always a hot topic in these games, and Marvel Rivals is no exception. And that lack of a role queue is definitely divisive. Plus, there were some performance issues reported, especially around launch.
Standard launch hiccups and live service balancing acts, maybe.
Pretty much. But despite the mixed reviews here and there, you can't deny its success. Huge player base, financially doing well. It even got nominated for Online Game of the Year at the DICE Awards, which is quite prestigious.
That's a big nod. And players themselves, on platforms like Steam.
Player reviews tend to be largely positive, actually. People seem to be having fun. But yeah, like any live game, NetEase has the ongoing challenge of balancing keeping things fresh, differentiating it, and listening to that huge community.
Absolutely. That ongoing evolution is key. Is there any talk of esports, a competitive scene?
Yes, definitely. NetEase has been quite clear about wanting to build an esports ecosystem around Marvel Rivals. They actually held the first big official tournament, the Marvel Rivals Championship, earlier in 2025.
So they're serious about the competitive angle.
Seems like it. They're backing it up with continued investment. Those monthly hero drops starting soon, new maps, new features. It looks like they're in it for the long haul, trying to build both a casual and a competitive community.
That's good to hear for the game's longevity. Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. If you had to summarize Marvel Rivals for our listeners, what are the key takeaways?
Right. It's a free-to-play hero shooter, 6v6, third person, massive diverse roster of Marvel characters, fast-paced action. The unique hook is really that team-up system, adding strategic depth, plus the dynamic map destruction, changing how you play. It's constantly evolving with new heroes promised monthly.
So a blend of familiar Marvel faces and established hero shooter mechanics, but with its own twists like the team-ups and destructible maps.
Exactly. It offers a lot, especially being free to jump into.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you next time.
See you later.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive. I'm Misha, and let me send out a huge thank you for listening. If you want more content on gaming, education, or other fun stuff, head over and find me on YouTube. Link is in the show notes. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next deep dive.